Alright, guys. Yeah, I hope that you hear me. Yes, I hope that you hear me, and I hope that music in the background is not playing very loud. So let me check if we are live. Just 1 second, please. Yes, okay. Yeah, hello, guys. That's been quite a while since the last episode. Yeah, I've been running very busy with another activity, and so I decided to produce a new stream as soon as possible. I mean, as soon as I have free time. Okay, so the scenario was ready quite a few days ago, and I just need to find a couple of hours to revise it and produce the new video for our series, The Rise and Fall of ICOs. I just want to remind you that there are three parts, and today we're going to talk about the second one. So yeah, in the previous part one, I spoke about the rise of such phenomena like ICO, its history, and its first records. So if you want to check the video before I proceed with the second part, go watch it now and then come back. You'll find the link both in the description just after the stream if you will watch it in recording, or you can just browse through the channel, What the Hack channel, and you will find the first part, the rise and the fall of ICOs, the rise, part one. So if you watch it already, stay with me. I'm going to start. Okay, part two, the fall. Yes, before we start, guys, you're watching What the Hack Show. Here we speak the simple language of complex topics and in economics, business, and technologies, and looking for ways how to hack them. I'm your host, Boogeyman, and let's hack it up. And one more reminder, guys, this is not a financial advice or investment advice. Invest rationally, dress professionals, or do your due diligence. Right, guys. So the first chapter of today's narration, let's say so, is called hacks. So let's start with hacks. Gold rush during the Wild West times seduced not only gold diggers but also gangs of malicious people who had an only intention to rob those gold diggers. The same happened during the ICO-rush. Accordingly to the new research conducted by Ernst Young, more than 10% of funds raised through initial coin offerings are lost or stolen in hacker attacks, taken away up to 1.5 million per month, meant during the ICO period of 2017 and 2018. Despite the fact that many ICOs were hacked from the backdoors, meaning that smart contracts of those ICOs, the code of smart contracts contained mistakes or backend security was not solid enough, and despite that fact, phishing was the most popular way to take investors' funds. And phishing, it is quite an old way, or let's say approach, of hackers to grab personal data or grab user-generated transactions. So phishing, in simple words, it's just counterfeiting websites. The projects that were attacked also suffered from indirect losses, as their reputation got a disputable status, and the investors' data, personal data, was compromised. Why my slides are jumping? Yes. So cybersecurity stays very important topic still. To resume up, hackers have taken about $2.2 billion during the ICO rush. And cybersecurity in fintech and crypto is still a hot topic as the market is still immature and requires a collective knowledge base both for projects and investors to educate them how to protect private data and their funds. I will keep an eye on this topic and we will see how the situation will change by the end of 2019. Well, I hope still that music in the background doesn't interrupt my voice, but anyway, so yeah, we are continuing to the next chapter of today's topic. And what do you think it is? It is about scam. It's not a very nice word, but I like it for short form. So the second biggest factor that spoiled ICO market is an enormous number of scams popped out of nowhere, speculating on crypto and the blockchain topic, and sometimes promoting the most dubious ideas that humanity has ever known and would probably see in soon future. You've probably heard about numerous coins like Putin coin or She coin and so on. Accordingly to Wikipedia, the word scam is a dishonest scheme of fraud. But crypto market extended this notion with a bit wider understanding, as it's sometimes very hard to say if project founders act in a malicious way or just they lack technical or business skills to bring a project to success. That's why there is a good logic to consider projects with poor management, projects with no market fit, ICOs with loopholes in their smart contracts, or just parody project. There is a logic to consider them all scam as well. So as it is taken in the crypto and blockchain community. It's hard to calculate the harm delivered by those projects to the industry, but some resources state that from 78 to 95% of all ICOs conducted during 2018 and 2018 are scams, up to 95%. Counting that all together, ICOs collected about $22.5 billion during the ICO mania season. You can do the math on your own and calculate how much money was scammed. Billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions. Another big portion of good in brackets, has been brought by numerous ICO rating sites. There are more than 50 sites providing rating or analysis for ICOs, and 99% of which, according to my personal research, are scammy, shady, or they just post bribed ratings. That means there is still no source of trust in terms of ICO ratings. There is a good story. Let's go back to 2018. So in 2018, the three big rating agencies, Moody's, Stanley's and Poor's, and Fitch Group, were accused of being wrong about their ratings for mortgage credit securities. That eventually led to an economic financial crisis. I hope that you remember that time. The blindness of such big companies led to a global catastrophe. So I take courage to consider that scams, together with fake ratings, did a great negative impact to the whole market, and it will take some quite decent time to build new approaches for filtering scams and distilling trusted ratings. If you decide to invest in any ICO, I would recommend to do your due diligence and take a reasonable risk. From time to time, I discover different lists of red flags or tips list of how to check ICO or a blockchain project if it is an obvious scam. So I'm considering to do the same list, but based on my experience and skills. So give this video a like and write in the comments if you would like to see such a list of tips from me. If you see a decent demand, if I see a decent demand, I will definitely do this in a time. And we are proceeding to the next subtopic, which is called bans. Let me just adjust music because I think that it is playing too loud and I cannot check it right now. So anyway, yeah, bans, not Mercedes-Benz, but bans, B-A-N-S. Okay. So, bans. The first to ban all ICO activities and related websites within state borders was China, who came up with such a statement in February 2018. Then South Korea took an action. Meanwhile, the rest of the world was sitting and watching and eating popcorn. During 2018, most regulators have moved from ignoring ICOs to totally banning them or regulating them by applying the same laws as they apply for securities. Some rules required investors to pass KYC procedures, know your customers, that presupposes to reveal investors' identity, which in its turns reveals investors' identity and makes them liable for taxation. In other cases, investors must undergo restriction to be qualified. That means that investor must possess a minimum amount of money to have a to invest. Yeah. The aim of many regulators to protect their national economies from monetary risks, and in particular to protect citizens from malicious actors. From the other side, the applied bureaucracy and restrictions draw the market back and dilute a unique opportunity for any person in the world to invest in anything he or she wants in just a couple of clicks. However, the situation with ICO regulation changes. Many countries have adopted laws allowing ICOs if they are compliant with a local law. South Korea, for example, has recently announced to remove all ICO bans by calling people to be aware of high risks connected to investing in tokens, while anyway in most countries ICOs are still banned or unregulated. But the most interesting thing is that blockchain technology and its community has invented a new form of entity of governance called DAO, also known as decentralized autonomous organization, that in fact do not relate to any region or state, thus do not have to be compliant with any governmental law. And I leave it here for your personal ideas and thoughts. So to resume up, hacks, scams, and bans are not the only reasons that made ICO market fade down. And an easier access to cryptocurrencies and a fluent process of investing together with poor investors' knowledge, poor investors' experience, also can be considered the crucial factors for the market crisis. There is no bad without good. The ICO mania demonstrated to the whole globe how crypto and blockchain technologies can revolutionize and democratize quite stale financial markets, including banking and investing. 86% of all tracked ICOs are below listing price. 30% lost substantially all their value. That's regarding the fresh market study presented by Ernst and Young company. For the investors who put their money in such projects, that's bad news. For people like me who did not invest in any of the ICOs, that's a perfect moment to buy projects with a gigantic potential at a very low price. Just imagine that now you can buy shares of the next Facebook for pennies. During the ICO craze, most media had been forcing Bitcoin massively. So that led to the King coin. So that let the King coin hit the 20,000 level in December 2017. The cryptocurrency market officially was close to the capitalization of the whole market was close to $1 trillion, and only Satoshi knows how much money was pumped into private sales and OTC deals. For those who don't know what OTC is, it's over-the-counter trades. That means the trades happened beyond exchanges, so they're not traced. Accordingly to some statistics, OTC market can be 3 times bigger than the volume traded on exchanges. So we can say that the market could be around 2.5 trillion at the peak moment. And now it has fluctuated to 130 or 120 billions. So that's just my guess. The guess about the market size during the ICO craze, and that not can be accepted even as a raw estimation. Anyway, the growth of the market was drastic, 800% for 6 months. Just think about it, 800% for half a year. That was a craze. So once again, the best advice for those who want to invest in ICOs, do your due diligence or address professionals. I will not call any names right now, so do your due diligence regarding this aspect as well. Select people or companies you trust and invest the money you are willing to lose, or a reasonable money. So consider the risks. That was the second video from the rise and fall of ICOs. I remind that the link to the first part you can find in the description. In the third part and the final part, I will tell you about the consequences and the current state and the future for ICOs as a new investment vehicle. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel or following What the Heck at Facebook or Telegram. Links in the description. That's it for now, guys. I hope that the next video will be. I hope that I will be able to produce the next video next Sunday. I will do my best, but sometimes sometimes unexpected events just come across to your life, and you cannot okay guys, forget it, sorry, fuck it. Okay, I will try. I will do the next video about the ICO, the current state and the future of ICOs, because it's a very important task, and that will give you any good very good advice how to act in the contemporary market. Moreover, I have very good news regarding the channel concept. Well, to give you more, just a small hint, I have conducted a small, let's say, customer research, and I understood. Now I understand that this type of content regarding investing, financial stuff, and economics, and blah blah blah, and technology, blockchain technology, it's quite hard to understand for most people, for most even subscribers, current subscribers, and to in terms of promoting that information, it's very hard. So I decided to change the concept of the channel and to go a bit beyond this topic. So we're still gonna talk about technologies. We're still gonna talk about financials and economics and business, but that will be more like science pop, something like this. So I hope, yeah, I'm not sure how much time it will take me to produce the next video in a new concept, but the action as is already taken. So subscribe, like, share if you don't, share if you like this video. My name is Boogeyman. You've been watching What the Hack Show. The next episode is about the future of ICO. Subscribe and don't get hacked. Bye bye, guys.